the kind of things I see around me actually hit me hard. Hello out there and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Fred Ikba from Out360. I was having a discussion with a friend about getting to do something for humanity that can actually touch a lot of people. Getting to come up with an idea that can be like a stepping stone for a lot of people. Okay, we came up with this platform because I was kind of like reflecting. I reflect a lot of the times, like I get to sit down in my quiet time to think of what can I do for myself and my immediate environment that can be so profound, that can be so touching, and a lot of people will be like, I think, Fred, this is a very good idea. I think a lot. I don't know if a lot of you out there do the same. I think a lot. I want to. Sometimes I go surfing. I go surfing looking for things people have not done, or things people have done but probably have not gotten traction. I want to do something. I want to create something that will actually touch lives. And sometimes when you think in the quiet of your room, you think and you'll be like, every idea has been exhausted. I don't think ideas have been exhausted. We as humans actually need to sit down and think. Just think and look for ways to, churn out something that can be very helpful. I think the problem is we have a lot of youth, we have a lot of individuals who come up with ideas that may not be too useful to a larger group of people, or to a very large extent, does not really reach out to people as it should. We have a lot of people coming up with ideas that are just personalized ideas, and some of the traction that actually come with such ideas are self-benefiting. So in most cases, some of these ideas don't get to reach, people out there as it should. So I came up with this idea with a friend, and this idea is actually geared towards helping the needy, helping the sick, and helping our senior citizens. By senior citizens, I mean people from 60 years and above. If you're in Nigeria, if you're in Africa, I want you to understand there's need for us to start looking for ways to help people around us, especially those people who are incapable of doing some of these things that can actually give them income, that will make them to continue living the life that you would wish, these people live for themselves. What am I saying? I'm saying a lot of people are living below a threshold that is very, very deadly. Very deadly. A lot of people can't fend for themselves. Not to talk of senior citizens who are above 60 years. Some are retirees, some are handicapped by sickness, some are handicapped by accident, and a lot of so many other conditions. We need to sit down as a people and proffer a path. We cannot afford to continually want to wait for the federal, states, and local governments of our various countries of Africans, especially our senior citizens. It is very imperative to also note that if we want to compare what is going on in various African countries as it pertains or as it concerns our senior citizens, people who we know are incapable of helping themselves, you will see the figures will be so disturbing. And that is why I want to call this Project Save Africa, GoFundMe account for Africans, especially our senior citizens. All African countries are being called and empowered this moment to start up this project GoFundMe account for senior citizens Africa. And we have known for the longest that a lot of these social insecurities we experience in our various countries are born out of the inadequacies at different levels in our various countries. So it is important we take this very seriously. This is the procedure. 1. Make your daily plan, weekly plan, or monthly plan as it suits you, wherever you are in Africa. This is Project GoFundMe account for senior citizens Africa. So your plan should be geared towards how you want to make this possible. So make a daily plan, or a weekly plan, or a monthly plan as it suits you. Secondly, identify the senior citizens close to you that you know require help. You get to see senior citizens that you know require help. Identify them. Go out and prospect for these senior citizens. Know them. Identify them. Each time you go out, each time you drive out, you tend to see senior citizens that you know need help. Try to identify them. 3, Approach them. And the manner in which you want to approach them will be very important. Approach them as you would approach a senior citizen in our various cultures and various countries. Number 4, tell them the purpose for which you are approaching them. Tell them you are on a project GoFundMe account for Senior Citizens Africa, and you have identified them as persons you want to help right now. If possible, talk with them, communicate with them, interact with them for a little while. Let them be safe with you. Let them trust you. Let them understand that this project or whatever you are about to carry out is genuine. A lot of our senior citizens are alone. A lot of our senior citizens do not have people to talk with. A lot of our senior citizens are bored. This project will not only help our senior citizens financially, but it will give them that little company once in a while. 5, it will be very important if you can make such transfers to them immediately. If you're doing it electronically, make the transfers there immediately. Do not collect a senior citizen's details and go home. Remember, they are senior citizens and they get agitated, they get overexcited. That is why I am saying make a plan. If you have a plan, make sure as you are approaching and getting details from our senior citizens, you are helping them on the spot immediately. If you're giving them cash, give them cash right there at the spot. If you're making transfers electronically, make the transfers there at the spot. And lastly, it would be nice if you can leave a contact address with our senior citizens so that they can reach you once in a while when they want to talk to you and when they want to share their problem. It may not necessarily mean that each time they want to call you or each time they call you, they want to demand for money. No. Keep a tab with them. And if you're somebody who you don't socialize much, you can just reduce your contact with them and interaction with them. But make sure you have a befitting and benefiting relationship with somebody around you who is a senior citizen. I want to call on all Africans that we, from this moment, want to embark on a platform, on a project that is geared towards helping the needy, the sick, but most especially, we are platforming this geared towards touching senior citizens 60 years and above. Each time I go out and I get to see people who I believe should be living better, I get to see people who live at a threshold that is so terrible, I get to feel if there could be a way to help. That's why I'm coming up with this platform. All Africans, all Nigerians, all Ghanaians and South Africans, in the spirit of being human, can we look and follow up an idea that will help people in need? Whenever you go out, look for one person and try to help him or her in any way you can. Look for one person. Whenever you're out of your house, whenever you're outside the comfort of your home, look for one person a day to render help. Look for one person, just one person. But because a lot of people will feel that this wouldn't actually give the kind of traction that it would deserve, because it's not all the time that you have something to give out each time you go out. So what we want to come up with is this: make it a habit. So because of what I get to see daily, I want to make it a norm that each time I go out, I look for somebody to help. But how do I get to know that this is the person I want to help today? That would be something you will take out time to learn. That would be something you will take out time on your own to try to program into what you'll be doing that will give you the best traction that you need to continue doing what we're asking you to do. So this is a message to all Nigerians. This is a message to all Africans. This is the end of this session. Please make sure you go out there and you look for a senior citizen so you can help somebody today.